IG, we're up. Hello. Facebook's up too. How are we? Sorry, we're a little bit late, guys. Had a couple of tech issues this morning. But we are here. Daily Live, number 23. We're going to be doing just some pretty basic, some very, very basic. We're going to be doing one yin position for 5 minutes today. While we do that, I'm going to talk about sleep. I'm just going to make this a little bit harder for myself, but it's not really required. All we're going to do is sit in this butterfly position. Like so. Let me grab my coffee. So if you are jumping on this morning, give me a hashtag live. If you're watching a replay, give me a hashtag replay. For Daily Live number 23, it is Friday, April 14th. Happy Friday, y'all. So what we're doing is we're just sitting in this hip position, and then I'm gonna throw just a 5 kilo plate on each side, because we are gonna do this for 5 minutes. We're just gonna let those plates just weigh those knees down a little bit. You got to be careful you don't overdo this, but it's just going to pull those legs down and stretch out my adductors in here, which I can already feel it pretty tight. So it's Friday, guys. Let me know what you're doing this weekend. Let me know if you're up to anything exciting. I'm just about to go trail running with Dom. She's just out walking Axel. And I'll do my live, and she'll probably get back just after I finish, or while I finish. And then we're gonna go, we'll run 7 or 8 Ks, which will be nice. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about sleep and why it's important. Now, a lot of the info that I've got on sleep, it's come from different places, but a good part of the stuff that I can remember off the top of my head is from a book called Sleep Why We Need It by a guy called Matthew Walker. And it's one of those books that I try to get clients to read. It's one of those books, there's a couple of books that I would say, them on their own just leveled me up. There's probably a handful of them. And I would say, as a coach, when I read those books, I sort of had these light bulb moments. I went, fuck, this is a really, really integral, important piece of the puzzle of getting people results and getting people to make change. So this book, Sleep Why We Need It, it's fantastic. The audio book, I think, goes for about 12 or 13 hours. It's a long book, and usually when you get audio books, they're sort of filled with a bit of bullshit in the middle. This one just keeps punching the whole time. It's really, really good. If you are after something that's a little bit more bite-sized, a little bit more manageable, you can go to the episode that he did with Joe Rogan. Matthew Walker is his name. It's about 2.5 hours. They talk about some of the bigger things about it. But one of the things that I wanted to bring up and talk about, I have a couple of clients who are doing their best to lose some body fat at the moment. And they're also trying to gain strength and muscle as well, which is a tricky combination in itself. But these clients are also really struggling to get sleep. They're not great sleepers and they're really, really struggling to hit the sleep. Just trying to get like 5-6 hours a night is difficult for them. And it really is like going into a fucking fight with both hands tied behind your back when you're trying to make those changes, make those strength and performance gains, and also lose fat at the same time. Because they've done some studies around this where they've got, you know, a group of people that they keep in a sleep studio. They're giving them certain food, they're on certain training programs, and then they're monitoring how much sleep they're getting, and they're giving them a certain amount of opportunity to get sleep. And they found that when they deprive people of sleep, that not only is it a lot harder for them to lose weight and lose fat, their body will sort of hold on to more fat than it should, but it will also catabolize muscle more. So when you have the group who is not sleeping enough, they're gonna hold on to more fat and gain less muscle, or potentially lose muscle. And when you have the group that's sleeping enough under the same eating protocol and the same training protocol, they'll put on a lot more lean mass and they'll lose a lot more fat. There's evolutionary reasons why this makes sense. So fat is a really good store of energy, which is why we fucking store fat, because it's basically a very energy dense way to carry a calorie dense way to carry around your energy. And muscle is useful but expensive. It's an expensive tissue to maintain and create. It requires a lot of resources, it requires a lot of energy, it requires energy sitting at rest. I'm going to pull this off. Now, so that's 5 minutes in our butterfly. So just wash that side to side. That felt pretty good. Yeah, there's reasons why this makes sense from an evolutionary standpoint. But it's super, super, super fucking important, and we are out of time for my 5-minute live today. But really, really worth reading this book, and it's something that I'll talk about at depth when we do cover sleep in our pillars. But super, super important that you're sleeping enough, especially if you're trying to make any strength gains, if you're trying to lose any fat. Crazy, crazy important. So get into it. We're gonna have some coffee, and then I'm gonna go for a run. You guys enjoy.